being prepared for when the gig comes in, that you nail it. Because if you nail that opportunity when it comes, then chances are it'll just spread and then it'll happen from there. That's kind of what happened with me. I got in off someone being sick or not being able to make the gig, and that led to like so many gigs just from that, because being prepared. Preparation meets opportunity.
Hello and welcome to the Brown Fox podcast. This is the very first episode of 2020. So glad to be back behind and in front of the cameras, because Nathan's behind them, I'm in front. And we are joined today by a friend of mine from Rocky, Logan Brewster. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing very well, thank you.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for being a part, honestly. We've already had some good chats before rolling the cameras, so excited to get into this.
Excellent.
If you're watching this from an angle where you can see on the table, we have a practice pad and some drumsticks, because I was definitely not showing off any of my skills, but Logan was, because he is a freelance drummer. And he has been doing this for quite a while. I actually met Logan back in Rocky, about 2014, when we did the off-key jams.
Off-key jams, yep.
Do you remember much of that?
I do. That was good fun. That was awesome, yeah.
Like literally, it's getting soppy, but it was like life-changing watching you play that very first one. All you had was the snare, and I think it was a stomp box.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And I was like captivated. I was like, wow, like drums are cool. And then since then, I actually tried to learn drums, ended up playing in church and whatnot.
And then I taught you for a while too, for like a couple of lessons.
Got to put that photo here, wherever the camera's at. We'll put the photo in. So the one where you, to reenact that. But now, since then, both of us, obviously, we've made the move down to the Big Smoke.
Yes, yeah.
And I guess you made the journey a little bit earlier than I did. So we want to unpack that a little bit today on this podcast.
Awesome.
But first, we've got our patented segment, the dad joke of the day.
Great.
So I will pull out my app, and hopefully people won't tune out at this point. So the joke is, my sister bet me $15 that I couldn't build a car out of spaghetti. The punchline is, you should have seen the look on her face as I drove past her.
That's good. That's good.
Keeping a straight face during that segment is just so fun.
I think it's good. I think it's a good segment.
I'm glad you appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to think of one now.
Okay, you've got one.
I think so.
Can't hit us with the second one.
All right, 2 peanuts. Do I look at the camera while I'm saying this?
You can if you want to be more authentic. Yeah.
All right, 2 peanuts were walking down a dark alley. One was assaulted. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
I'm out of here. Thanks for having me.
All right. Dude. I'm actually so glad that you appreciate dad jokes. I always get nervous that people will just not like them. But
got to appreciate them. They're hilarious.
Exactly. I'm glad we have that in common, apart from playing drums. But speaking of drums and what you actually do most of the time, can you tell us a little bit about how you started playing drums, and maybe a bit about how you knew that was what you wanted to do with your career?
So I have a musical family. I actually started out playing guitar because my sister was a guitarist, and my pop played guitar in bands, and my uncle did as well. So I was kind of surrounded by music. And then every time I'd go to see him play, I was just captivated by the drums. So I was like, okay, I want to be a drummer. And eventually I got like a snare drum from Green Brothers in Rocky.
Nice.
First little Ashton snare drum, a pair of drumsticks. No, wait, before that, I got a pair of drumsticks. And Dad made this drum kit out of buckets. And I'd sit in front of the lounge room and I'd watch the Eagles live and I'd play along to it.
Yep.
And then I got a snare drum, I think.
So you were playing just on buckets?
On buckets, yeah.
That's
literally.
So relatable.
To music DVDs. Yeah.
It's so relatable.
And then fast forward a couple of years, I got a little drum kit for Christmas before, I think maybe I was grade 1. Yeah. I got my first little drum kit. I was playing on that. And yeah, that's kind of how I started. Just jamming with my pop and my sister in the music room.
How old
downstairs.
were you when you kind of got into it?
5.
Yeah, nice.
5.
And you obviously loved it because you're still doing it now.
Yes. Yeah. And I just kept playing ever since then.
So how'd you know that you actually wanted to do this forever or
like
keep doing it
as a job?
Yeah.
The first gig that I got paid for, I was
Ooh.
like, wait a minute, I can get paid for this? And then I was like, all right, well, I'll just do gigs and make money from it.
Yeah.
And like throughout high school, I applied for jobs like at Bunnings or whatever, and I never got them. But it ended up being fine because in grade 12, I started gigging, and then one gig led to another, and then soon enough, I was playing every weekend with different people, and
you loved it?
and it was great. I was like, why would I do something else? If I can do this, yeah.
That's so good. That's actually very similar to Jordan when I had him on the podcast a couple weeks back there. He said the same thing. He didn't get a regular job. He kind of got straight into gigging. And he was like, why would I want to do something else?
Yes, yeah.
And obviously it's been working out really well for you because you're still doing it.
Can't complain, yeah.
But like I said at the start, when I met you, I was in Rocky.
Yep.
And now you're not in Rocky. We're both in Brisbane. Like, what prompted that move for you?
So I guess the gigs kind of started dying off in Rocky.
Yep.
And I knew I'd hit kind of the maximum amount of gigs for a drummer in Rocky because a lot of the gigs there are soloist and duos and a lot of DJ stuff, which is fine. But I knew some people in Brisbane and they were saying, you got to come down here if you want to do it full time and, give it a crack. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. Set the date and had a friend on the Gold Coast that helped me with the move. So I moved in with them for a while until I, could find a place and
so good.
Set me up. And that's
so you just set a date.
I set a date.
You just kind of went, this is happening now.
April 6th, 2016.
So good. Because at the time, I remember we were probably still doing a bit of jamming and whatnot, and all of a sudden I was like, hey, Logan's leaving.
Yeah.
And like, what happened? So you found that you'd hit a bit of a ceiling in Rocky? Like, not saying anything negative about Rocky, because I love some of the music up there. We've played with lots. And but yeah, like in terms of opportunity cost of staying in Rocky as opposed to moving to Brisbane, you clearly found more.
I guess, and I wanted something different. I wanted to play with different musicians, different singers and stuff like that. And there's so many in Brisbane and like so many opportunities here.
Did you get a taste for that while you were still playing up in Rocky?
Yeah, I did. I flew down and did a gig with Sahara Beck.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's cool.
That, yeah.
So I played with some great musos in that band. And another guy, Nathaniel Andrew, he was actually the one who told me to make the move. I'd played with him a couple of times. And
So Nathaniel, you had met him previously, and he encouraged you to move to Brisbane, but you had already had the urge to do that.
I think, maybe him saying that was the kick to go, okay, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's actually, because I find that so many stories now I've heard, it just took one person just giving a little bit of a nudge to kind of go, and then you never know. Like at the time, you would have probably gone, who knows?
Yeah.
And then so as part of that who knows transition, you probably, you have told me it took a bit to get that constant, consistent income, that flow work.
Totally.
But at the same time, you didn't have to take another job, right?
No, that's right. Yeah.
So you made the decision to move on April 6th of 2016, and obviously there was a point where you went, this is actually sustainable. Like I can make this work now.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about like even the timeline of what that looked like for you, and maybe practically what happened for you to become sustainable? Have sustainable work. Yeah.
So when I was in the Gold Coast for the 7 or so weeks, every week I was going to Brisbane.
Yeah.
To go to the jams and everything, and the band that I was meant to be doing on the Gold Coast wasn't happening. And I was kind of like, I wasn't really interested in that kind of gig, like what they wanted to do, and I knew I wanted to be in like the wedding corporate scene and then do the session work,
Yeah.
which was mostly in Brisbane.
Yeah.
So I finally made the move to Macrovat. Great place.
This is where we are.
Yeah.
Right now.
And literally through another Rockhampton person, I'm pretty sure Dave Webster.
Oh yeah.
Because he was playing with Redtie at the time.
So good.
I think he might have put my name forward to them. And also another drummer friend, DJ, recommended me for a gig with Matt Graham.
Okay.
And Dave Webster was on that.
Okay.
And then the person who owns Redtie Entertainment actually came to the gig.
Yeah.
And saw me play there. I think that's really when all like the wedding and corporate stuff started coming in.
Because I remember when I moved. No, sorry, not when I moved. I remember when I came to visit and we went to your birthday party that time.
That was at
That's
his
when I met
apartment.
them. Yes.
Yeah.
So by that time, you'd already established
When
that
was
network.
that? Was that
17 maybe?
Okay,
2017?
cool. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, I find that interesting. So basically, it was the way that you came about it was making the right connections. So they didn't happen necessarily by chance, did they? Like you went and did some. Well, some of it would have been by chance, but you went out there and were putting yourself out.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So it was great that I managed to get that gig because from doing that pub gig, James from Redtie was there and he saw me play. And then it was like, only a couple of weeks later, they offered me my first Redtie gig.
Because you never know who's watching at the end of it. Hey?
No.
So it was like taking any opportunity at the time.
And I didn't know any of the rep for the gig. It was literally,
amazing.
Rock up and follow the singer, which was fine. It was great.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like the combination of being in the right place, but also having prepared enough to be the right person to have the right amount of skill and it becomes obvious. That's so good, man. So as a part of that journey, you've started to play with some, I guess, bigger names. Who would you say are some of the artists that you've played with in the last couple of years that, like, can you tell me a bit about how you got to work with them? Like, I know Adam Brand is one of those.
Yeah, yep.
And there's some others. Yeah. Can you tell me how you got those gigs?
Yeah, sure. So Adam's gig, I actually got through his bass player. He found me on Facebook on a live stream video playing Message in a Bottle.
So good.
And that was at a Rockhampton gig.
Oh.
And he saw that and then messaged me on the plane. I was on the plane flying back or flying to Rocky.
Yeah.
I got a message and I was like, oh, cool. Matt Cornell's messaged me. Because he used to play in a bunch of bands like Baby Animals and like Richard Clapton's band, who I'd seen him play when I was like grade 9 in high school. And I was just like, oh man, I'd love to play with those kind of people, like those session players. And then when he messaged me, I was like, oh, wow. And he was like, can you give me a call? I saw your video, love your playing. Give me a buzz. So I called him. And the initial thing was that I was going to do gigs with Matt, not Adam, because he's actually his own, he does his own music.
Yeah.
And then there was kind of like, and maybe, from that, you might be able to do some gigs with Adam Brand as well. But for now, it'll just be with him, which was totally cool. I was like, yeah, awesome. And then not long after that, Adam had a gig coming up at a festival and the drummer, something happened where he couldn't do it. So I got the call and I was like, yes, I'd love to do it. So I spent all that time in the lead up just like I don't chart songs. I can't read charts. I had to get friends to help me put together something.
Amazing.
Just so I could learn the songs in like 4 weeks.
Wow.
I was like, oh. But it was fine. And once we got to the gig, it was awesome. We all gelled on stage. And,
that's it.
And then from that, a couple of months later, led to another festival.
Yep.
And basically over the next 2 years, so 2016, I did some gigs with him. And then 2017, kept doing the occasional fill-in gig.
Yep.
And then after Tamworth in 2018, we did Toyota Park main stage thing. And then after that, I got asked to be basically his main drummer. And then the Milestones tour happened in 2018.
Wow.
Which was like 60-something shows.
Wow.
Yeah, which was cool.
That's insane. That's awesome.
But yeah, basically I was filling in for 2 years with him.
Yeah.
And then that led to finally getting the main gig, which was cool.
It's so crazy because like people see a moment where you become something like become Adam Bransdrum or something. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you don't realize it's not an overnight success. It's
Yeah,
like,
totally.
it's like years behind it. But that's such a great story. What are your favorite, like some of the favorite memories of like your favorite festivals or gigs or venues you played at? Like,
I've played CMC Rocks. That was like probably the first like massive festival.
yeah,
That was awesome.
it's a big one.
I'm doing that in a couple of weeks with Adam actually.
Wow.
Which will be amazing. But Big Red Bash, that was amazing. That was in the middle of this like Simpson Desert.
Oh, man.
10,000 people. I'll have to put a photo
Yes.
up here
Do
somewhere.
it. Yeah, we'll put it here.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I took a panoramic photo right before we went on stage.
Yeah.
And it's just like just a sea of people in the desert.
That's insane.
And it was like, yeah.
Dude, you've put some like really. I've seen a lot of these photos and videos you've put up. Hey, like I love how you share it because it feels like even though I haven't been able to necessarily be in person with you a lot of the time the last 5 years, I feel like I've kind of followed along. I've seen some of like what you've been doing. Over the years, and like that actually, it's so interesting to me because you've chosen to really document a lot of it.
Yeah,
whether it's photos, and recently you've been putting out a lot of videos. I've noticed. So like, what's your thought process when you've started to do things like the Instagram and the YouTube and even Facebook when you post a lot? And like, what kind of benefits have you seen in doing that for yourself?
So the whole YouTube thing, like Facebook and Instagram, I used to just post my gig photos and just like gig snippets. But then with the covers that I've been doing, that was actually prompted by another musician that I work with.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, of course, I should be posting something. I was like, yeah, drum covers, cool.
Yeah.
And then I started, and I've done it once a week ever since.
Yep.
And every week, a couple more subscribers, and like, I don't really know what I'm trying to do with it yet.
That's okay.
I'm just enjoying like putting out a drum cover every week and like getting better at the, like editing. And
you're doing an awesome job.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
And you did mention, like, have you seen any, like, have you had any good feedback from doing the videos or even some things that have happened because you've done them?
Yeah. So I had like the preamps that I used, the brand, they actually reached out to me about something, which was cool. So hopefully more of that kind of thing happens. I'd love to work with, companies that I like their gear.
Yeah.
And
so wait, they reached out to you because they saw your YouTube videos?
I think so. YouTube or Instagram, but I also tag them in everything. I tag all the brands I use.
Yeah.
And I recently did one with a friend who plays bass, and he's got a massive YouTube channel, like bass lessons, and he's like 94,000 subscribers.
Oh, did you? I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Luke?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did one with him last week. And since doing that, that's the most views I've had on YouTube, partly because he got all his viewers over. Yeah. So that was cool.
Is
more stuff like that.
Is he a local?
He is, yes.
Yeah. Cool. So that's awesome, collaborating.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, you have.
I don't know if
I think like it's just it's interesting to me because when people do their own content and they do it well, like yourself, like that you're constantly doing it. Like I always just try to unpack like what's your thought process behind doing it. And I guess with the YouTube videos, it's a learning thing for you, but you're also finding that there's benefit in even the online space of being able to do collaborations with people.
Yes, yep, definitely. And also, so I've always for years wanted to like try and do remote drum tracking. Yeah. So where people can send me their song and then I can record drums on it from my home.
Yep.
I've always wanted to do that, and I've finally got all the gear and the place to do that. So I guess that's partly another reason for the YouTube channel, like trying to build a bit of a following and like every week get better with the, audio.
All the stuff.
And all that stuff so that people go, oh, I actually like his sound. I might get him to record drums on my thing.
Yep.
And then, that kind of stuff.
I'll have to get you check back on in a year.
Yeah,
and,
hopefully.
Review and
I've done a few, but not many yet.
Hey, but that's
the
great.
plan.
It's very consistent. I think that's a big thing because like for me, like it's seeing the consistency because you pop up every time you put a cover, and it's
good.
It's touch points. It's like remembering.
Yeah.
It's like even though I already know you,
Yeah.
like the fact that you constantly doing it to me, like if anyone reached out to me and said, "Do you know a drummer?" or if like the context of that,
Yeah,
I'd be like
totally.
Logan.
Yeah,
Straight
awesome.
away. Like, just
Yeah.
because I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, because
just
it's always
there.
popping up. Yeah.
Yeah, so good, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I love hearing your journey, and I feel like you have so much more you could share. Like if we sat down and like talked about it.
Yeah.
But if someone was coming along and listened to this video, and let's say they had dreams or have dreams of becoming a full-time musician, or in a position that you're in at the moment, like what would you say to them? Like what would you say is your advice?
I would be, well, personally, what I did when I first moved. Obviously, I could play, so that's a big thing. Learn your instrument, and listen to lots of different styles, so that if you do get up at a jam session or something and they start playing a certain style, you're like, yep, cool. Even if you don't know the song, you can at least get through it and sound convincing. But yeah, just getting out there, meeting people, networking is a big thing. And then being prepared for when the gig comes in, that you nail it. Because if you nail that opportunity when it comes, then chances are it'll just spread and then it'll happen from there. That's kind of what happened with me. I got in off someone being sick or not being able to make the gig, and that led to like so many gigs just from that, because being prepared, preparation meets opportunity.
I was literally it's going through my head.
Yeah.
Success is the intersection of preparation and opportunity. Man,
Definitely.
you're a clear demonstration of that. So props to you, honestly.
Thank you.
And I love that we're actually in the same city now, so we could actually
finally it's happening.
Yeah. So I'm sure we look forward to a lot more
Yes.
fun stuff happening.
Definitely.
So good. Hey, before we finish off, I'd love to ask just a couple of really quick questions.
Yep.
Lightning round.
Okay, great.
And so just don't think.
Okay.
But also just whatever
Think.
comes. But also think. What's your...
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you just right. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make up some questions.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Favorite watch brand?
I'd love a Rolex. This is a Tag Heuer. They're not my favorite.
It just prompted me as soon as you looked at your wrist. I remembered you and my brother, and so many people love watches.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Who's your favorite drummer?
Ooh, Aaron Sterling.
Okay.
Yeah, John Mayer's drummer.
Yeah, he's
For sure.
a beast.
Yeah.
Wait, was he playing at the little concert? Yeah, he's a beast. Yep.
That's kind of what put him to number one for me. Seeing him live, he's ridiculous.
Their whole crew is insane. I love John Mayer.
That was
my
the
favorite artist.
best concert I've been to, for sure.
Mate, you had good seats too.
Yeah. Great seats. We had the worst seats up the back, and then someone come up and they're like, "Did I walk past you guys?"
You didn't walk past me, but I saw that you had moved, and I was like,
It was so good. Like, eye level.
wow.
It was a good lesson that next time he comes to town, just buy the best tickets. Don't even risk.
Is it? He came like 2 years or something before that, or 3
Yeah,
years.
something
so he
like
might
that,
do it
yeah.
again. We'll just schedule it. We'll
We'll
all
just
go
have to.
together.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
What's your What's your favorite? I'm making up questions now. Okay. What's your favorite instrument other than drums?
Bass.
Bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you play?
Yeah. I can play a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
wanna-
much.
I remember watching you, so I believe you.
I
It
do
feels
like bass, so it's really cool.
Yeah. It makes sense. Bass
Yeah.
and drums hand in
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite artist to listen to?
John Mayer.
Yeah.
It's all leading back to John Mayer.
It's all good. Okay. Well, we'll favorite John Mayer song.
This is tough. I can't even think.
Is it a classic or is it an obscure one?
I don't even know. I can't even think of it off the
It's not
top
like
of my head.
Waiting on the World
No.
or Slow Dancing
No.
or one of the newer ones
Nah,
like
it's
from
probably
Paradise
like-
Valley.
I can't even think.
Do you like In the Blood?
I love In the Blood.
There you go.
That's probably. I was gonna say
love
that one,
In the
but I was
Blood.
like, "There's too many. There's too many good ones."
My wife is in the room next door. If she heard that, she'd be frowning or like just smoking. 'cause
Doesn't
she
like it?
doesn't like the song.
What? Oh man, it's such a good song. Yeah, I love that song. It's a great song.
So good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite rudiment? Do you have one?
No doubles. I don't know.
Hitting the drum?
I don't
You don't really practice rudiments much?
I don't. I probably should. Yeah, I know it's like I probably, you know what, to be honest, I probably use rudiments and I don't actually know that I'm using it.
It's fine because, I mean, it's fine. Like, at the end of the day, you're playing well. I guess if you're teaching, it's like probably a different situation.
But I don't really have one.
Fair enough, yeah.
I mean, I guess paradiddle diddle.
Can you play it for us? Okay, I'll
sure. What if it's not right? See, this is the thing. I don't actually.
Well.
We'll edit that out. I think that's a paradiddle. It's just. Yeah.
That's how I like fell in love with drums when I watched you for the first time, because I'd never seen anyone play that tight. Like, I've seen players play, and I was like, this 17-year-old kid is playing this tightly, and I was so impressed. Anyway,
thanks.
All right.
It.
Next lightning question is: what's your favorite social media platform?
Instagram.
Yeah, everyone says.
I like Instagram. I'm on TikTok now, though.
Really?
Yeah, you?
I'm on it, but do you have videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to
You don't?
link. No, I don't.
Great. Okay. Well,
We were about to make one, me and Nathan, but we didn't.
Okay.
So.
Let's make one today.
Well, can you show me how after?
Sure.
Or wait, now or after?
After.
Okay.
Or now, if you want. Whatever.
I don't know. It's maybe after the podcast, and you can show me.
Done.
What's your... I love this, man. This is great. What's your favorite... Okay. What book/channel on YouTube/podcast would you recommend the most right now? Just one.
Gary V.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Gary V.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Do you still listen to him like every day?
Yeah.
Oh, you are dedicated, man.
I'm doing the 90-second club. You don't know about the 90-second
See, this
club?
is maybe how much I haven't been watching recently. Is it new?
Yeah, you have to turn on notifications on his posts and then comment #90sec club within 90 seconds, and then he will like find someone and then do something like he'll send you a pair of sneakers, or he'll give you a shout out, he'll follow you, that kind of stuff. So
have you gotten anything?
No, but I got in on one just before 90 seconds, but he didn't. He chose someone else. I'm going to keep trying though.
Exactly. Success, opportunity, and preparation, right?
Exactly.
I'm going to get onto that. What's your most important passion to you outside of drumming right now?
Food.
Love it. Love it. What's your favorite food spot in Brisbane?
Sushi. Sushi Mura in Tagum. Definitely.
Oh, really?
It's a sushi train. It's amazing. Yeah.
We'll hit that up.
Yeah.
I love sushi.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had unlimited time and money, what's like one crazy idea or project that you'd like to do right now?
Ooh.
Or it could be anything. Could be a gig. Could be playing with someone.
Maybe
could be paying someone to come do a concert.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, maybe put on a concert.
Yeah.
Like, and get, I don't know, John Mayer.
There you go. Yeah. Dude, I'm all in. If you have any John Mayer ideas, I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Hire him to do a concert.
Should have worn my John Mayer shirt.
Yeah. Hire him and his band for a public concert.
Yes.
Make money off it.
Yeah.
Ticket it.
Yeah, definitely.
But also get to hang out with
but
them.
also get to spend time.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Last question on the lightning round is, what's the best single piece of advice that you've ever received?
Oh, okay. I need to think. Yeah, I guess a lot of Gary Vee stuff, telling you like, just do it, like start doing stuff.
Yeah.
And, try not to care what people think. Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. Drummer's gonna drum.
Drummer's gonna drum.
Yeah, that's it.
What's
bro.
yours? I'm gonna turn it around.
Oh, dang. See, I'm the one who's asking questions
Damn.
here. Right now, the very first thing I can think of is to be nimble.
Cool.
So if you ask me again 20 minutes from now, I'll probably come with another one.
Cool.
So be nimble, make
It's a
fast
tough
decisions.
question. Yeah.
Make decisions fast, because I'm not a fast decision maker.
That's good.
I'm becoming one.
I'm
en route.
Yeah, I'm totally not a fast decision maker. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually found I listened to a video who's like with Wes Hone, the guy said all the most important decisions that you actually have to make in something along this lines. I'm paraphrasing. All the most important decisions you have to make right now, list them all down and make a decision in 1 minute.
Ah, cool.
Don't think. Just do it.
Yeah, right.
Like, as just write down what you would do and then see what happens. Like, execute if you can. But like, yeah. And it's like eliminating the time. Yeah. Anyway.
That's cool.
Trying to get better at this. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Logan, thank you so much for coming and hanging today.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate you, and I hope that you enjoyed yourself.
I did. I hope I answered all the questions well enough.
Very well, very well.
Yeah, it's my first podcast. So
yeah.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Oh, that's my pleasure, honestly. And if our audience would like to find you on the internet, where would they look?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And I think all of them are just Logan Brewster Drums.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thanks so much, Logan.
Thank you.
Keen to make this TikTok with you as soon as this is over.
It's happening. We're doing it.
It's happening. Keen. First time for everything.
Yep.
And for everyone else, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, comment down below, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And until next time, Fox is out.